year ago, screaming headlines spoke of an immigration crisis in Europe caused by refugees fleeing the Middle East. You may not have heard much lately about what was called the refugee crisis of 2016. Here's a new headline. It hasn't gone away. In fact, in some respects, it may be getting worse. Our Scott Thuman went to France to examine the growing worry over this new wave of refugees.
This is hardly the Paris you may typically picture. The outdoor bathing, street begging, and long food lines, a new gritty side to the City of Lights.
So you're saying you're shocked that all of this is happening in a city like Paris?
Yeah, of course. Like Paris and in France, we are the human rights country, and in this area, we are not a human rights country.
Antoine Bazin runs a team of volunteers called Utopia 56. They manage, feed, and help a growing number of refugees who are becoming part of a Paris underground.
You're seeing new people every single day?
Yeah, we have new people every single day. We are the Calais of Paris, something like this.
You are the Calais of Paris?
Yeah.
So this would then be a different version of the jungle?
Yeah, it's a jungle in the street.
The jungle was the controversial refugee camp in Calais on the northern coast of France that we visited back in 2015. Authorities raided and shut it down. The migrant problem migrated to Paris. This 19-year-old is from Sudan.
More and more people as you were trying to get here, big crowds of people?
Yes, big, more than ever. More than ever.
This may be the greatest example of Paris's struggle to keep up. More than 30 times over the past 2 years, sites like these have been cleared by police, yet still they come, sometimes at a rate of 100 a day.
So what happened to the headlines of the huddled masses? Since the tragic photo of a 3-year-old Syrian boy stirred the world into outrage, what has changed? Little. The child's father told a German newspaper, quote, "The dying goes on and nobody does anything." Paris is proof. There were 85,000 asylum applications last year. Early this year, they were up almost 20%. And while sea crossings overall have dropped due to border closings and a crackdown on human traffickers, reports indicate millions are still waiting to cross the Mediterranean. Spain has seen a dramatic spike in arrivals. Italy has seen a surge too.
These people were on our soil, on our territory, and we are Paris. I mean, this city means something.
Patrick Klugman is the deputy mayor of Paris. He contends this is not just a Parisian problem, it is the world's.
There is a concern among some that this isn't just an impact on a particular city or a particular country, that this could have a destabilizing effect all across Europe.
Of course.
You think so?
Of course. It has already. We need to understand it's a beginning, not an end. There will be more and more migrants. Today it's due to war. Syria, Sudan. Tomorrow it will be climate and other reasons. And everyone has to take its part. And probably tomorrow you'll have these questions in the States.
It is why you need the President of the United States, the European Union, the President of China, of Russia saying, there is war there, and this war provoked these flows, and we should stop that.
Historian and Professor Patrick Vail thinks France should take the lead in a global initiative.
A lot of the migration which has occurred in the last 3 years were provoked by civil or foreign wars. And so there is a global negotiation to organize, and it has to be done. Otherwise, the movement of people is a consequence of not stopping the civil or the international wars.
In August, leaders from France, Germany, Italy, and Spain agreed on a new policy granting asylum to migrants facing imminent threat or danger who apply for protection while still in Africa. That way, they control the flow of refugees before landing on their native shores. Those 4 countries aware that if solutions aren't found soon, this problem will not only test their resources, but also the willingness to welcome those seeking a safe new homeland.
It's probably one of the biggest challenges we're facing, I mean, since World War II. And we have to see it this way. And one day, our children will ask, what did you do? You didn't have TV, you didn't see these people, you didn't see the boats sinking, etc., etc. What did you do?
Are there any political repercussions to the wave?
Well, remember, France just elected Emmanuel Macron president back in May. He was a more sympathetic voice for refugees than some of his opponents. Well, possibly as a result of this new wave that's hitting downtown Paris, we've seen his approval ratings hit an all-time low. So he's promised to get all refugees off the streets by the end of the year. And by the way, that camp that we showed you, that has again been completely cleared out by police.
Scott, thanks for bringing us up to date on that.